But are you kind of like ruining the feel of the character? Nah, we gotta stay with what we got. Continuing on. Observant, orchestra regression, orchestra perceptive. I mean, the double perception is pretty nice. And being lightly obscured does not impose disadvantage is super, super useful when you have dark vision. You know what I mean? Super, super useful. Performer, polar mastery, prodigy, quick-fingered. I mean, quick-fingered is nice because it increases your dex by a little bit and gives you the sleight of hand ability. And you are a goblin, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? You should be good at stealing stuff, right? Is that goblinist of me? That would give you a 6 to your sleight of hand. And then at level... let's keep going. Quicksmithing, resilience, ritualist, savage attacker, second chance, sentinel, servo crafting, sharpshooter, shield mastery, silver tongues, skilled. I do like skilled. I just wish it was, you know, better. Skulker. You can try to hide when you're lightly obscured from the creature you're hiding from, as opposed to heavy obscured. When a hidden creature, when you are hidden from a creature and miss it with a ranged weapon attack, making the attack doesn't reveal your position. That's super useful, being the Lv.4 Barbarian, you know, archery from the distance. Dim light doesn't impose disadvantage on your wisdom perception checks relying on sight, which is huge because you have dark vision, and dark vision gives you dim light. That's true. It does give you a slew of options regarding feats. However, Plex, I would probably go with that build with the medium armor mastery. So I do like Skulker because I like the fact that it gives you some more options for being a sneaky barbarian. Problem is, I currently didn't choose stealth as a skill option. That's not a skill option. So you're just relying on raw dexterity for your stealth checks. A 4 is not bad. You're not going to snub your nose at a 4, but you're still just relying on a raw dex. And your dex will continue to go up, I imagine, but... Stealthy. Oh, look at this. You gain proficiency in stealth checks. So look at that. If you're hidden, you can move up to 10 feet in the open without any +1 dexterity. Yay. Survivalist. Tough. I mean, tough is fun. Increase your health points. So more or less +8 extra health points right now and more as time goes. Okay, I don't know. I really am feeling either straight +2 dexterity or the 2-weapon fighting bit. And I'm thinking +2 dexterity because that's a lot of AC. But dual wielding gives you that same bonus to AC. Ugh. But not bonus chance to hit, not bonus to damage with the primary weapon. God, this is rough. All right, it's either dexterity helps with the saving throws, helps with the AC, helps with chance to hit, helps with damage, helps with a few skills. This is just the AC and being able to wield a weapon in your other hands. Okay, let's go straight +2 dexterity. That's what we're doing. Boom, did it. Done. Done. +2. That brings your armor class up to a natural 18. But then you got to give the guy a shield, because why wouldn't you? Bringing his AC up to a 20. A gobble with a 20 AC and the ability to disengage as a bonus action is insane. Okay, I have a huge request from you guys. A huge request. We currently have a goblin barbarian with a rapier, okay? What I need from you is to reflavor that rapier to something that works like a rapier but is more fun for a goblin to have. You know what I mean? A shield and a rapier it just like hurts me on the inside, which is why I'll try to like reflavor it to being like, oh no, it's instead of a rapier, it's like an elven thin blade or something. So just I'll do the custom AC in a bit. So just help me out with that refluffing. All right, the alignment of this goblin. I kind of like the idea of him being like true neutral, but that's going to be changed by what's his face if you'd like, a folk hero by Raoul. Bio. We'll get to that stuff in a bit. Spike on a stick, which I guess is just a spear. An angry barbarian on the end of a stick. Oh, that's funny. Half spear. Don't miss the badges. Is that a shamshur? I don't know what a shamshur is. I feel like I've seen that where... Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. I definitely know what that is. Okay. I know what that is. That is cool, though. It's more of a scimitar, though, than a rapier. That is because rapier is typically a saber, a foil, or an épée, right? Those are your typical rapiers. So it could be a saber. I don't know. Saber, I also feel like is more of a scimitar. What's up, Black Magic? I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. How you been? How have you been? Let's go to Folk Hero.
I stood up against tyrants. I saved people during a natural disaster. I stood alone against a terrible monster. It was my mom.
I broke into a tyrant's castle, stole weapons to arm the people. I trained the peasantry to use farm implements as weapons against the tyrant soldiers. So I feel like that'd be a great one if I used like a pitchfork as my weapon. You know, but I use a rapier. A lord rescinded an unpopular decree after I led a symbolic act to protest against it. A celestial favor, some of the creature gave me a blessing or revealed my secret origin. Well, that's kind of a cool one, because then it's not necessarily an action of his. It's an action of a different creature telling him about his higher power. Recruited into a lord's army, rose to leadership, and was commended for my heroism. I don't like that one as much. I like the idea of I saved people during a natural disaster or stood alone against a terrible monster. Like that's kind of cool. Let's go with this one. Because he's such a tough little shit. You know what I mean? I'm all right. What's that weird guy with the guitar? See, an arming sword is close to a rapier. An arming sword. I don't know what an arming sword is. This is actually it's a knightly sword. I feel like that's more like either a long sword or a bastard sword, right? Yeah, single-handed type of sword. Is it meant for piercing as opposed to slashing? I mean, technically speaking, most weapons are better for piercing than slashing. Let's just be honest here. But it looks like just a typical, looks like just a typical longsword. So I would have to disagree with that one. A different song over here. Way smaller than a long sword. Then it could be a short sword. You know what I mean? I mean that a human could be terrible monster in a goblin village, but imagine because he's accepted outside of just goblin villages, because he has that feature for like a bunch of areas, he would have had to have helped a not goblin village, right? But I suppose it would be their who was that piece? An oversized knife. Oh, that'd be cool. Maybe it was a knife dropped by like a giant's knife. Maybe the monster he defeated was a giant, and this is literally like a giant's knife that they kind of like whittled down to be lighter for him to carry. That'd be a really nifty idea. Like a whittled giant's dagger. No, Scott, you are incorrect. Nothing like a longsword, and uses primary stabbing instead of slicing. I mean, even a longsword is primarily like you stab with a longsword, but because they weren't very sharp, right? You kind of hack with them. You know what I mean? But it was easier to pierce through people's armor than it was to hack away at it. But, okay. Why don't we try to do something like additional treasure. A giant's dagger whittled down to be appropriately weighted for him. Whittled, twaddled, twiddled. I'll just leave whittled as that. So we're going to go up here, call it core. Well, instead of rapier, we'll call it giant stagger. And that's actually goes with the monster he stood against. So Bonds will be the name of the town. I saved from a giant. They are now my family. I'm sure I could phrase that better, but meh for now. Cool. Why does it have to be a non-rapier though? I mean, just the idea of a barbarian with a shield and a rapier just bothers me deep down in the inside. It just kills me. Oh, he rolled a 2 for his first attack. Ouch. And then a 3. Okay, I'm just gonna stop making attack rolls now. All right. God, if he ends up dipping into Ranger, having advantage on those initiative rolls is going to be painfully good. Historically, arming swords and rapiers are very similar. Only 18th century was a rapier more associated with a foil. Hence, you're not seeing the similarity. Fair enough. Fair enough. Rapier feels like it would snap if it was used by a barbarian. I agree with you, weird guy, but we're going dexterity barbarian instead of strength barbarian. As you can see here, he's a goblin.
I'm a goblin.
All right. Ideals and flaws. What is this flaw? I am a goblin. People treat me like shit. To be fair, I act like a goblin. I mean, I'm 8 charisma. You know what I mean? Ideals. Ideals and personality traits. Let's go over to folk hero. Personality traits. I judge people by their actions, not the words. If someone's in trouble, I always lend help. I mean, is that really true neutral though? When I set my mind to something, I follow through no matter what gets in my way. It's definitely a fucking barbarian way of thinking. I have a strong sense of fair play. I'm confident in my own abilities and what I do to instill confidence in others. Thinking is for other people, I prefer action. I misuse long words and attempt to sound smarter. That is really, really funny for a goblin to do. I get bored easy. So when I set my mind to something, just use a goblin rage. And I like the idea of that other one for the goblin. I misuse long words and attempt to sound smarter. That is hilarious for goblin. Barbarian. I still stand by it being a sharpened bone of a horse, since goblins hate horses. Goblins hating horses, I remember being a huge thing from Pathfinder. I don't remember it being a big thing from D&D prior to Pathfinder. Am I wrong? I'm actually going to ask Mimitin specifically about this one, but anybody, if I'm crazy on that. Okay. Sharpens dragon tooth or horn. Maybe it's part of a dragonborn. I'm going to stick with giant for now, but it doesn't have to be a giant. I'm totally, like, whatever the monster was that he defeated, that was how he received whatever this weapon is. This weapon effectively is like a trinket of his. Punch problems in the face until they're resolved. The thing that is wrong with a giant's dagger, I don't... Oh. Is it would be huge and unwieldy, hence not dexterous. Yeah, no, Ollie, I understand, which is why I specifically said whittled down to be appropriately weighted for him. You know what I mean? Maybe it's so therefore it looks more like an arming sword. You know what I mean? Pathfinder, D&D, they're all the same, right? Ha, cute. Like it. Sharpens giant's rib. Ooh, a sharpened giant's rib. I love the idea of that. My only problem is, what's up, Hourly? So my only problem with that is if you're specifically saying it's made out of a bone, the DM could totally be a douche on how easy it is to break the bone. I don't know his DM, so I get a little worried about, because this is specifically asked by somebody whose character just died this week and they have their session this Sunday. It's like, hey, if you're going to be making a character anyways, can you do this for me? And I was like, sure. I would love to do that for you. So I just feel, I don't know his DM, you know? Sharpened Giant's knitting needle. Remember a Dark Sun game plans and rules for bone weapons and wood weapons breaking? That's true. We did. Which is very appropriate. Just a thicker rapier. Yeah, which is why I'm just refluffing it. Okay, let's keep going. Ideals. What are his ideals? Try neutral. Sincerity. There's no good in pretending to be something I'm not. I fucking love it. I'm a goblin. Well, what do you expect? I like it. Perfect. With the fact that I said, flaw, I'm a goblin. People treat me like shit. To be fair, I act like a goblin. I love it. It's beautiful. Can I bold this by doing that? Will that work for me? It does not. That's too bad. Wait. Nope, it does not. That's too bad. Might as well just get rid of it. Cool. I like how all this is going, except for maybe the fact that it's a giant. How about a giant's darts? That could be... what about a barbarian with a bow? I mean, he has a bow. Look at this. Oh, you mean like a bow staff? No, you said BOW. He has a bow. He's a short bow. I wish finesse weapons had better options other than just default rapier. Give us katanas. You could reflavor that a katana to be a dexterity weapon if you wanted to. That's up to you and your DM. There's no qualms with that. If you really want it to be like super, you're like, whoa, you can be like katanas, because there's that argument on the internet that katanas are just better than all the weapons. You could say a katana is a rapier that's versatile. Whoa, and does slashing damage. Or just a long sword that is also finessable, Speaking of needles, I'd call Ari's sword needle and arming sword. Oh, that's funny. Now the shorter Japanese sword katanas are closer to long swords. Even the wakizashi. Yeah, it says wakizashi right there. Perfect. All right. So for now, it's a giant's dagger, unless somebody says something that really jumps at me. We're gonna go with cooking utensils. Other thing was a shovel, an iron pot. Does that mean I have more than one cooking utensil? Shovel. Apparently I can't spell shovel. Iron pot. It says pit. Once again, typos up the wazoo. Common clothes. And belt pouch. And then 10 gold pieces. Okay, let's get rid of all of this. 10 gold, lock you down. Start reorganizing you. I actually got to change the way this says. So it's actually javelins 4x. Javelins. This is going to go up to 4. All right, now we got to fix you. Shield, come down here. Belt up top. Common. You're going to have to put you under S and change the way you're written. Cooking is beneath common. Belt up top. Well, how did belt not get up top? Explorers here. It looks good. There we go. Is that all of the equipment? He also technically has a short bow and a rapier. Oh, apparently you're not typing. And rapier. Just for argument's sake, we'll just leave it named rapier for now. And short bow goes above shovel. Okay, what was the trinket going to be? I did not roll the trinket yet. What if you use a sharpened spine of a wolf? That's back to the argument of bones. Could you get like a scythe? And would that be dex? I don't believe scythes are dex, and they're definitely two-handed. Wouldn't that be vertebrae, not a single bone? We're talking about using bone, but worried about the DM's ruling. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to 5e trinkets. I know we went to the wiki last time, which I'm cool with. We're going to go to the D8 rolling. All right, D8. Table 4. And D100. 77 on table 4. Table 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 77, and this is a vial of blood from an unknown creature. All right, well. Let's go vial of blood here. So we can just do like this. Boop. And then we're going to put that over in bio under like equipment or whatever. Yay. All right. Skin. Let's go dark green. Eyes, jet black. Size is small. Age, I'll let him, age, let's go 13. Because goblins usually hit adulthood at... Does it say here? It doesn't. I'm going to go 13 for age. No, we can go 15. Let's go 15 for age. Height, we're going to make him an imposing 4'2". That's big for a goblin. And have him weigh like 80 pounds flat because he's thick. No, let's have him go 72 pounds. Then I'll probably have to, because the person that's playing it does not live in the U.S., they'll probably have to be converted to non-stupid measurements. Hair, jet black. You gave your goblin cooking supplies? Yes, of course I did. Some scythes and dark souls or dex weapons. It's kind of weird. Modified giant's filleting knife. I mean, yeah, well, you know. So, like, I mean, instead of saying giant's dagger, we can say giant's knife. Maybe that'll sit better with people. I think we're pretty much done. We got folk hero. We got everything here. Temper HPs. I mean, the other thing is we don't get to use the strength feature of the character, which kind of stinks. I mean, I feel like giving them a two-handed weapon. Javelin is also a thrown weapon, so it's a 1d6 pierce and thrown. You know what I mean? So it's like, because it's thrown, it is strength-based, right? Strength or dex-based, your choice? Or no, yeah, it's strength or dex-based, your choice, I believe. Thrown. A weapon is thrown properly, may range attack. You use the same ability modifier for the attack and damage that you would use for a melee attack with the weapon. For example, throwing a hand axe uses strength. Oh, never mind. I'm wrong. So javelin uses strength. So I guess no, because even then, you would have to. Because let's look at Barbarian Rage. Because it's melee attacks only. When you make a melee attack using strength. Yep. So you can't even use it there. That sucks. Yeah, okay. Okay. So we'll throw javelins up here. Priest. What was it? Range for javelins was right here. 3120. Strength. Damage is 1d6. It's also piercing because everything he does is piercing damage. Since again, he'd be fucked if he came up against a tree. Cool. I guess that's, I think that's everything. Am I? Oh, I didn't add the spells. Technically, he has, Beast Sense and Speak with Animals. Spell? Oh, no. Oh, at least this one's on here for me. At least you did that one for me, buddy. Thanks. Speak of the animals, and we're going to have to look up beast sense. Second level, divination ritual. Oh, oh, too much, too far. Cappy. Pasta. Cut and pasta. Divination. A ritual. Cast in time, one action. Range touch. Oh. Action. Range touch. It's somatic only. Concentration up to 1 hour. It's annoying that they don't have them all on here, but I understand that you can't. And then there's no higher levels. So let's just cast that for funsies. And look at that, it worked. Whips are, I mean, there is the whip. There is technically the whip as a weapon. It's right here. It's a martial melee weapon. It's a 1d6 slashing. Yay, slashing. It's finessable and reach, which is useful. They're not actually terrible. It's just I don't think they get any bonuses. Like, they don't get like, oh, when you have a whip, it's really good at grappling or something like that. You know what I mean? They don't... Do I have the PHB in front of me? No, I had the DMG, the monster manuals, and... Actually, do I have it? A blind streamer? What do you mean? You have to scroll up to get the context for that. I saw there was a good sex whip. I saw that. From, so are there any good sex whips? I saw that one. You know. It's just, it was one of those, you know. I think I have the PDF somewhere. Give me 1 second. Player's handbook. And shrink you, make you bigger. And let us find weapons are on page. Starting equipment. Let's go like 150. Oh, I got a backtick. 150. Weapons. Hey, look at that. And let's see if we can find anything written for special weapons, lance and net. That's it. There is no special anything for the whip, which is annoying. Because, like, you'd think that the whip would have something special, but it just doesn't. It's just lance and net. You'd hope that the whip can also make, like, a grapple attempt from the distance. And I, as a DM, would certainly allow you to where am I? Would certainly allow you to do that. But, oh well. So I think this is it. This is the character. Got the spells, the bio, and the description of that stuff is going to be up to him. Got the stats. Get everything all done. It's legit, 100% done it according to the rules. Let me just reorganize this to make it a little bit prettier. Oh, where are you? Rustic Hospitality I want at the top. Run underneath Dark Vision. Danger Sense right there. Rage, because it's super often. Unarmored Defense, you can go at the bottom. You're not going to use it very often. Totem Spirit Seeker right here. You're not going to use it very often. Reckless Attack right there. Spirit, Nimble. The rest of those can stay where they are. Cool. I think I'm good. Good? We all good? I mean, yeah, sure. Need for goal. You know, need for dual wielding. Huh. All right. Now, I think we're good now. Can you think of anything else that we're missing? Anything else that we're missing whatsoever? Excuse me. Anything else? I don't think so. So, I'm going to be happy to tell Raul that I got this character waiting for him. So he can come and grab it whenever he'd like. I can just throw him into a game, export it out of here into that game, then transfer ownership to him so that he can export her out and then put it into whatever game he's playing in, assuming there is Roll20 that they're playing it on. Otherwise, I think we're all set. Cool. I like the character. I don't know his name. but I like the character.